I'm Joe Zikas from YoChicago, and I just walked into the sales center at Jazz on the Boulevard and introduced myself to Tony Rogers, who's the development manager. And we're looking at a scale model of the development, and Tony's going to start telling us a bit about it.
Hi. Well, Joe, welcome. I'm glad you're here today. Jazz on the Boulevard is a development of 137 units that encompasses basically a 3-block area here between Cottage Grove and Drexel Boulevard, between 41st Street and 42nd Place.
So what I'm panning over is the Boulevard right now.
Yeah, the scale model shows you the variety of housing types that we have in the development. Townhomes, condominium duplexes, condominium flats. These were our row homes with a yard space and a detached garage. And over here, we have our duplex condominiums on Bowen Street and on 41st Street.
When you say duplex, Tony, if they're out of towners, duplex...
Duplex means 2 levels.
2 levels.
Yeah, the first level of the unit typically would be your public space, living room, dining room, kitchen, a bath or a powder room, and the second level would be your private space where your bedrooms and a master bath would be.
So it's not a Milwaukee duplex that's a 2-unit building?
Correct. Okay. Gotcha, exactly. Well, you know, on Drexel Boulevard here, we also have flat units, and basically they're 2-bedroom, 1-bath units that are, in each building there are 6 simplex units. And people also use the term flats, you know, to just indicate everything is on one level.
What neighborhood are we in? What do you call it?
We are in the Kenwood, Oakland neighborhood. We are approximately 4 miles south of downtown, and we are adjacent to the Hyde Park neighborhood, where University of Chicago is, Museum of Science Industry is, and you know, a lot of other cultural type options are over here as well.
Yeah, we're largely built out here, and you're nearing a sellout. What do you have left, and what's it selling for?
Well, we are. You're absolutely right. Like I said earlier, we had a total of 137 units. We have about, to this date, about 26 units left. We have a couple of flat units, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath units that start at $240,000. We have a couple of 1-bedroom units that start at $180,000. We have 2-bedroom duplexes that start at $280,000, and those units come with a garage parking space. We also have 3-bedroom duplexes that start at $320,000. Those also have enclosed parking space. And right in the middle of our development here is our final phase, which is our townhouses. Our townhouses are 2 bedrooms with a den. The den certainly is big enough to make into a 3rd bedroom. It has a closet in it, and it's 2.5 baths. We have some that are 3 bedrooms with a large den. So the townhomes range in price from $375,000 up to $427,000. Everything that we have available is ready for immediate to 30-day delivery. So as quick as you can get your financing pulled together, go through your attorney review with a contract, and we can schedule a closing, we've got a house ready for you to move into.
That's unusual in this market, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you have any competition down here that also has immediate delivery units? Or
well, not that I am necessarily aware of, but what's going on in this area is probably smaller developers that are doing buildings that are 2, 4, or 6 flat. So I wouldn't necessarily consider them competition.
Some people, Tony, call this the Bronzeville neighborhood. You don't refer to it that way?
Well, I've heard it termed that for a very, very long time, and I understand why it was termed a Bronzeville community. I suppose that in the 20s and 30s there was a lot of flight from the South, where a lot of African Americans migrated to the North and to Chicago. So they settled in a specific area, and because of the color of their skin, it was called a Bronzeville community.
It was called, as I understand it, historically, the Black Belt.
Yeah.
And people in the community, at that time, black was not a positive thing as it became in the 60s. It was a negative thing, and people in the community settled on bronze to show the variety of people. And,
I understand that is the case, right?
Whatever.
I understand that is the case.
That's all history.
Right. But, and it seems that the Bronzeville name has sort of expanded from the 3000 South to all the way to 6500 South. So it's a widely used term to describe this neighborhood.
But it tells people to some extent that they're close to the Harold Washington Cultural Center and some of the pieces of the Bronzeville Historic District.
Yeah. Well, Jazz on the Boulevard got its name because in its heyday, 30s, 40s, and 50s, a lot of jazz greats came into this community and played at some of the famous clubs that were here. Club De Lisa, the Regal Theater, the Sutherland Hotel. Just as, in honor of that era, the name Jazz on the Boulevard applied. Some of our units specifically are named after jazz greats. Benny Goodman, Lionel Hampton, Duke Ellington, to name a few.
You live in the neighborhood.
Yes, I do.
And you've lived here for how long?
I've been in the neighborhood for 15 years. I've been a homeowner for 10 years. I live actually a couple blocks from here.
What attracted you to the neighborhood? Why did you move here?
Well, the reason I moved into this community is because of its proximity to the lakefront, of its proximity to downtown Chicago. Myself, and I think what attracts a lot of buyers that come to Jazz on the Boulevard, it's easy access to public transportation, easy access to...
Spell out easy for me. If I walked out the door...
If you walked out the door, right out this door, you could catch the number 4 bus, literally 50 feet from here, and that would take you downtown in about 25 minutes. Also, on the main streets, you can get to the Green Line relatively quickly on public transportation. Also, on 47th Street, the Metro line takes you downtown. Okay, and if you're driving, we're located in between 90-94, Dan Ryan Expressway, and we're very close to Lakeshore Drive.
I clocked my time from Lakeshore Drive as I passed the bridge over the Chicago River, and it was 8 minutes
to get here. Yeah, that was very, very quick, I would say.
There was little traffic, which isn't always the case on Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah,